myself a haircut, and then I ended up shaving off my entire beard, so this is a new look. I'm kind of liking it. So we learned some new information. Finally, I'm actually gonna do another video on last year's playoffs and what happened. And oh my God, it was just breaking the tape down was amazing in some not good ways. But what we learned today is that, at least in practice, with that small caveat, Brett Brown had been doing what DJ, what Sixers R&B, what all of us have been saying for months. The 6'10", 225 dude is not a one. He didn't play one in college. He didn't play one in high school. And no, it wasn't a good thing. He didn't become an NBA All-Star because he was a point guard. He became an NBA All-Star because he's that damn skilled with the ball in his hand. But you can have the ball in his hands as a power forward, which he is going to be. Finally. About time. It took not even just the 5 months of the regular season, but I think people need to understand that Brett Brown's decision here had far-reaching consequences for the roster. We don't sign Al Horford if Ben Simmons is at the power forward. If we, as an organization, had the realization that the 6'10", 225 guy is a four-man, we don't sign Al Horford. Maybe we sign D'Angelo Russell, reuniting the two teammates from high school. And instead he's lavishing off, I don't know, in Minnesota now after the Wiggins trade, right? Yeah. So there's that. You could have signed a combo guard. Or, instead of bringing in Tobias Harris, you could have brought in, again, a guard. You could have brought in a guard in a trade. Because what is Ben Simmons' greatest skill set? He's quick, he's fast, and he's an incredible roller on these situations. Pairing Ben with any guard makes him absolutely lethal. LeBron James played with Mo Williams. Mo freaking Williams. That meant that you could pair Ben Simmons with anybody at guard. It could have been anybody. He even played with Raul Neto, who I think is one of the worst guards I've ever seen. It's hard to be as bad as guard as Raul Neto is. But he is bad. And yet Ben still went off because he put a guard next to him. He's a big dude. That's meant to be a four. So actually, the big issue here was positionless basketball. It's not real. It's never been real. Golden State had a point forward in Draymond Green, and they had two of the best shooters on the planet in Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. Stephen Curry being a combo guard to complement your point forward, and then you sign Kevin Durant. It's never going to happen again, okay? It's just never going to happen again. It wasn't a shift in basketball. It was an anomaly freak of nature. Where else are you going to get a perfect hybrid forward that can guard centers? You're going to get 3-and-D shooting guard small forward and Klay Thompson, and one of the best combo guard shooters ever in the human race is Stephen Curry. And because of the talent of those guys, people thought, oh, we could just litter a bunch of average or above average 3-point shooters and it'd be the same thing. No, it's not the same thing. Klay Thompson could put in 35, but your shooters, they could sometimes miss. And when they miss, you're not able to get anything else because Klay Thompson has developed a little bit of a dribble drive game. But your random ass shooters are not as good as Klay Thompson. So even though everyone was chasing Golden State, you had to understand that it was an anomaly. It wasn't going to happen again. So positionless basketball, as cute as it sounds, is not a real thing. The 1-1, a 2-2, a 3-3, a 4-4, a 5-5. Basketball is that simple. The other reason, not because of Golden State, was because we weren't having good centers anymore. But we have good centers now. We have great centers. We have Joel Embiid, we have Karl-Anthony Towns, we have Nikola Jokic, we have DeAndre Ayton when he's back in the mix. So you got 4 great centers. You know, and in this year's draft, you have James Wiseman, you have a couple other big men who I really like. So, the NBA is getting littered with good big man talent now. So what are we going to do with this positionless basketball thing? It was only a thing because there weren't good bigs in the mid-2000s, so we had to adjust to say if there weren't good bigs, rather than play some average or below average big man, just go small. But that's not the world anymore, to use some background terminology. That's not your world. Now you got skilled big men who are entering the draft, skilled big men in the NBA, so now it's time to acknowledge the truth. A 5 is a 5, a 4 is a 4, a 3 is a 3, a 2 is a 2, a 1 is a 1. And then it was built to play power forward. Not necessarily exclusively power forward, though. If you want to play Ben Simmons on the perimeter, Ben Simmons get these comparisons to LeBron James all the time. Where did LeBron James play for literally 12 of his 14 years, excluding this last year with the Lakers? Small forward. He's a forward. You can play him a small forward, you can play him a power forward, I don't really care. It's not that Tobias Harris doesn't compliment Ben Simmons, where I disagree with DJ. In fact, in the Ben Simmons video, I wanted to do a video on Tobias Harris so badly. The problem is I can't find Tobias Harris clips. At least, clips from prior games. I could find some 2 minutes, some 3 minutes, but nothing extensive enough to break down and show everybody. But Tobias Harris is actually a perfect compliment for Ben Simmons in 2 regards. Tobias Harris can shoot the open three-pointer, and Tobias Harris is actually a really great transition weapon. He can run in transition, he can handle the ball a bit in transition. They're both forwards. Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons are both forwards. Tobias is a forward, you can put Ben at the 3. And that would just mean that you would need your point guard and shooting guard to be good shooters. So you can play Shake Milton and Josh Richardson. So the perfect lineup is Milton, Richardson, Harris, Simmons, and Embiid. There's the perfect lineup. Just allow Tobias Harris to be near the rim. And Ben Simmons, hey Ben, shoot that corner 3. Be like Bruce Bowen. Just shoot a corner 3. It's okay. We're not going to boo you. We're not going to forsake you if you miss a 3-point shot. Just shoot in the corner. Because if you have Ben Simmons at the corner and he's catching the ball in this corner triple threat position and he could shoot a corner 3 at average percentages, then he could take that. The defender is going to be weary of the shot. He's quick as hell. So one bump fake up and under and Ben has a dunk. So if he likes dunking so much, just shooting a 3 on average, like his high school coach said, a 3, a half, just one. Just 1.5, okay? Just one. And you can probably make it maybe 30% of the time. It will be enough to where defenses respect it. They'll have to go out, and with your lightning speed, you can dunk all you want. So Ben Simmons could play small forward, he could play power forward, but he's just a forward. And Tobias could be a power forward, he can rebound, he can run the court and do those things for you. Joel Embiid in the middle can command the paint. Joel Embiid become a better and better passer. Like some of the passing that Joel Embiid has done has been really impressive. And I think that Joel Embiid is going to continue to get better and better at the passer as it goes on. And then you have Shake and Josh on the outside, and you can knock down some shots. It's revolutionary in its importance, but it's also sad. It's sad that it took years for Brett Brown to do this, and because it did, we missed out on opportunities. Ben Simmons could have been paired with an elite guard. Now, I still think that Shake Milton is an elite guard prospect. I am really high on Shake. He's big, he's tall, he can shoot, he can play on and off the ball. But we could have put all that capital, the $27 million on our backup center. We could have brought in D'Angelo Russell. We could have brought in Kyrie Irving. Imagine that. I know that Kyrie Irving had a little thing with LeBron, but it's all about chemistry. Maybe Kyrie gets along with Embiid, and it's like, cool, this is a chill situation. Because we saw he teamed up there in Brooklyn. But instead of going after a guard, we are now literally holding on to this lump of tar that is Al Horford because Brett Brown bought the bed was an NBA point guard. So even though this has been fixed, finally, we are still suffering the consequences. And it may be a fireable offense anyway, just because why is Brett Brown, when you think about Brett Brown, it's kind of like a draft pick, isn't it? Where the guy was starting off completely clueless, and now he is gradually at the point where he's understanding the 6'10 dude should be a power forward. Why do we have to develop our coach like we have to develop a prospect? I thought he was the guy for player development, but it seems like we're developing our coach instead. It's ridiculous. You got to win this Orlando tournament or it's done. But at least you understand that enough to say, I can't afford to put the power forward at point guard. And it seems like Ben is okay with this. It seems like Ben is mature about this. It seems like Ben is at the place where he can accept this. I know that it's not 100% Brett. Ben early on wanted to be called a point guard, but the truth is you're a power forward. So it seems like he has gotten to a point in his mindset that he knows he could be a dominant power forward, and that's where he was meant to be in his life. Hooray on Ben for that maturity. Great job on Bet Brown to finally make the decision. I just wish it was made a year and a half earlier so that we don't sign a $27 million backup center.